Yeah.
Oh, tell me, how does that feel, being in the circle of excellence?
It feels confident, it feels joyful, it feels fulfilled, and it feels very empowering.
Hmm.
Yeah. And also, I just feel inspired whenever I'm in my circle of excellence because I know that whenever I need it the most, I can always tap into this circle of excellence because it's always within myself.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, for people who are listening, what if they have never felt this? What if they did not have this moment, right? If they have
Mm-hmm.
never had a moment and they never felt this circle of excellence before, how do they tap onto this feeling of confidence, joyful, and fulfilled?
Um, Actually, I kind of like, I believe that every one of us will have the moment whereby we felt confident, we feel proud of, maybe any moment that you feel proud of yourself, of any accomplishment we have in the past, or whereby we feel very fulfilled or very happy, or yeah, whatever it is, feeling inspired as well. I believe that every one of us kind of like experience that in our life as
Mm.
well. Yeah, so by kind of like just recalling that moment again and just reliving it, that's the word. Reliving that moment again whereby you feel confident, you feel proud of yourself, you feel inspired.
Mm.
It will really helps us to be able to really access that emotions. Yeah.
I think this really brought up something for me. So at first I was thinking, oh yeah, what if like I want to be good in public speaking, but I've never won an area prize before. How do I feel that? But you brought up a very good point. Actually, it can be very, really small. Just go back and look at your life and see, just find those little moments where you feel, I feel fulfilled, happy, inspired, and then I can magnify that feeling. It doesn't matter what was the, it doesn't need to be a big win, like a big result. And it's all
Yep.
these small little actions or small little moments that can really create this feeling. Yeah, I
Yep.
like that.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Tell me, is there like a biggest, like, life-changing decision you've made?
Okay. I think one of the life-changing decisions that I made in my life is to really migrate to Singapore.
Mm.
Yeah. So it was kind of like, as what I shared earlier, that I always wanted to study here, but it was difficult because I had to live far away from my parents.
Mm.
And migrating to different country was not easy too. I couldn't speak English.
Mm.
It kind of like impacted my self-esteem as well. And but I kind of like slowly learned to pick up my English from speaking more with the locals and try
Mm.
to blend in with the culture as well. But I didn't regret moving to Singapore is because probably one of the best decision I made in my
Mm.
life. And because of my challenges as well, it helps me to develop this inner strength to be able to overcome such challenges and
Mm.
eventually become like my superpower as well. And yeah, I kind of like discover my inner strength, trust, and courage through the practice of mindfulness.
Mm.
And my inner transformation through mindfulness led me to be also invited to kind of like co-author
Mm.
two books, Mutton Soup for the Soul by District 80 Toastmasters, a compilations of 50 inspirational stories of Toastmasters. And also the second book is Women Empowered. It's a personal journey to become empowered women by Up Your Game community.
Mm.
And yeah, to be honest with you, I never really thought of, yeah, co-authoring book at all, and really doing something that is totally beyond my comfort zones, like hosting events, conducting training, facilitating training sessions as well. This is really totally beyond my wildest expectations. And if it's not because of that challenges, I wouldn't be able to really discover the passion that really kind of like helps me to discover that, hey, actually I really have this passion of um, wanting to really helping people, to empower them, in helping them to manage their anxieties, and at the same time to be able to help them to be more confident as well. Yeah.
What is your vision? Like, how does a purposeful life look like for you?
Wow. That's quite cheap. Purposeful life, like for me.
Do you feel like you're living a purposeful life? Maybe that's the first question.
For now, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have not really shared much about what I'm currently doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I'm currently working in the private university, helping
Mm-hmm.
companies to hire millennials talents and empowering the undergraduate students to a future of work, discovering their career aspirations and coaching them to be career ready. And in my role as employer engagement, I explore collaborations with industry partners to provide like career opportunities for the students as well. And on top of that, I'm also building my side hustle in training and facilitation. So basically, I facilitate training programs in well-being, mindfulness, presentation,
Mm-hmm.
emotional intelligence, personal mastery, and communication. So I have always been in the education and training sectors across my career journey. And I always believe that education and training is the catalyst for change, growth, and transformation. And in fact, I started this kind of like side hustle by chance, actually. And yeah, like what I shared earlier, because of my journey of like traumatic experience of public speaking, it leads me to kind of like also discover this passion of helping people to helping people to manage their anxieties, and helping them to also tap into their inner strengths to help them to be more confident as well. And yeah, so, and because of that, so basically how it comes into circle is that basically one of my friend, right, she knows that mindfulness practice kind of like helped me in overcoming my traumatic experience of public speaking. So one day she invited me to kind of like, hey, right now, why don't you come and deliver a workshop in my club, just to share about your journey of how mindfulness helps you in overcoming your speaking anxiety. So from then on, right, from that one maiden workshop, it leads to a snowball effect. So I got invited to different places, from universities, polytechnics, schools, nonprofit organizations, and corporate too. So from pro bono talks into a paid gig, like, which was really totally unexpected. Yeah. In the process of just preparing it, delivering the sessions, right, I discovered this joy and fulfillment that I never felt before. So many times after the workshop, right, I had too much energy that I couldn't sleep at night, really. And I was like, wow, I've never felt this before. And from there on, I kind of like discover my passion to empower people in overcoming their limiting beliefs and transform it into something that's empowering, that can create a breakthrough in their lives as well. So I think that's really important to me, because it is very close to my heart, and it also brings such a transformational changes that is also impacting my life in unexpected ways. And because of that, I also feel compelled to be able to also help and support people to be able to experience that as well. So yeah.
Okay. So you shared about the, yes, you think that you are having a purposeful life, not just about your side hustle, also about your full-time job, and both actually the vision and the purpose very clear, which is to empower whoever that you're working with to bring them transformation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the feeling of a purposeful life, you mentioned about joy, fulfillment, and it's so fulfilling and exciting that it's energy, right? It gives you energy as well until you cannot sleep.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. When you're embarking on this journey, it seems like you're really very aligned, like from both sides. Do you have any difficulties when it comes to pursuing and living out this purpose of yours?
um Actually, my kind of like biggest challenge is to really balance between my full-time work and also my side hustle.
Hmm.
So like it can be quite challenging because daytime I'm working, right? In the evening or weekends, I will kind of like work on my side hustle.
Hmm.
So like creating contents, doing some learnings as well for myself,
Mhm.
and also preparing for training deliveries and all that. Yeah. So other than that, I also have sometime like some other volunteering commitment as well. Sometimes I also do wonder like how do I have so much energies to do all this, right?
Mm.
Yeah. So I realized that I kind of like instead of managing my time, I manage my energies and
Mm.
attention as well. So I spend a lot of time on self-care,
Mm.
doing like meditation, breath work, and also workout every day. So that's like non-negotiable. And I realized that it really keeps me energized every day. And I find these new habits also that I have started to build, ever since circuit breaker, right? It really helps me to discover a whole new levels of energy. And because of that, right, it really helps me to build like um it builds discipline as well, and also really um disciplines to show up for what's truly important.
Mm.
Yeah. And yeah, so it really helps me a lot in navigating challenges as well, even though it can be quite challenging. But yeah, I noticed that these new habits that I develop, it really helps me a lot to yeah, to find balance as well as keeps me energized as well.
Mm.
And
I
I think for me as well, I realized that having bigger why, it's very important as well. Sometimes we can get uh, caught up in our day-to-day uh, work and all that. But I think having, a bigger why and a bigger purpose, from just being like from ourselves and to be able to really serve people as well, I think that really keeps me going as well.
mm.
Yeah.
I love that you mentioned that instead of managing my time, it is actually about managing my energy. Yeah, and then you actually do different things, and especially, I mean, self-care is so important. Where by caring for ourselves, like workout or doing meditation, it actually gives energy so that you can do other things that's important and giving out to the others, um, with this self-care routine that you have.
Yeah.
I'm very Actually, I'm really very impressed where I see you showing up every single day. You have your 100-day workout challenges, and you actually mentioned about inner strength and personal mastery. Tell me more about this. Yeah, because you also mentioned about helping people to discover that inner strength. What is inner strength?
um what is inner strengths? Yeah. I inner strength is something that is something within ourselves, you know, that every one of us have. And it's really about um, knowing that no matter how difficult it is, how shitty the situation can be, you know, I can really count on myself, trusting myself to be able to do whatever comes along. Yeah, how no matter how bad it is, but I've got this, you know, trust within myself that hey, I can, whatever I put my mind into anything, I can make it happen. Yeah, so that was very powerful guiding principles to me. So maybe I'll just share about one encounter I had. Um, so basically, I was being given a very first training engagement. So in this training engagement, right? So basically, it's a 2 days presentation training I have not conducted before,
Mm.
and I was being informed about this training like a day before the actual training. So basically, the class is too big, and they just needed someone to kind of like come and split the class because there was a assessment. So they cannot take one trainer cannot take too too many people. So I need to kind of like take over one of the class. So basically, in that particular event, right? So when my ex boss asked me whether I wanted to do that, I was like, I want, but I'm not prepared, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that particular day also, I had like a full day training, and I couldn't prepare much. But I said yes to him. But when it comes to like, you know, 6 p.m., right? My amygdala was reacting so badly, you know, and I was like, man, I think I'm not prepared for this, you know. Then I called my boss and like, hey, can I not do this, you know?
Mm.
And he was like, he spent like half an hour to kind of like, you know, give me some motivations and all that for me to be able to do it. So anyway, I said it's fine, you know, I will do it. And literally, right at that night, I don't have much to prepare, to the extent, right, I don't even know what comes next, you know, in my PowerPoint slides. So it was really like quite uh, quite terrifying experience. And I was not prepared at all. And I was like, you know, the Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Mm.
So on that particular day, I forgotten to bring my laptop battery.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like wow, and it was like a full day, 2 full days event.
Mm.
And so I called my ex boss and I said that, hey, can I borrow your laptop battery first? You know, I will return back to you during lunchtime because I will take it back from my home. So he said, oh, sure, no problem. So he came and passed me his laptop, and then I used his laptop to do my presentation. And I was not prepared really, and my participants could sense that as well, that I was not prepared. So one of them went to the office and complained about my delivery.
Mm.
They said that I'm not prepared, I think I cannot do it, or whatever it is. So the office called my ex-boss, and my ex-boss called me,
Mm.
and he was like trying to kind of like give some advice and suggestions, you know, like on how I can be better in my in my deliveries and all that. So at a particular moment, right, I asked myself, it was really like, I was like, man, what did I really got myself into, you know? And at a particular moment, I asked myself that, hey, Rana, what do you want to create out of this session? So I told myself that I wanted to create a great experience for all my participants. And at a particular moment, I decided to be courageous. I decided to be of service to people, and I decided to have fun in the process. And that decisions to be was so powerful, right? It shifted how I facilitate the sessions. And at the end of the 2 days workshop, in fact, two of the participants came to me and they suddenly hugged me. I was like, hey, what happened? And they said that, hey, Rana, we love you. It was totally unexpected at all. I was like, wow. After they hugged me, right, I felt like I wanted to cry, like, wow, that was very touching and very heartwarming moments, especially for my very first training engagement. So at that point in time, I realized that, you know what, the Anthony Robbins shared that it's in your moments of decisions that your destiny is shaped, and that choosing to be trusting in myself, in my inner strengths, that I can do it, and choosing to be fun, to be of service to people, and to be courageous kind of like shifted how I deliver my presentations as well. So because of that powerful, shift in from doing to the being part, right? It's been so powerful. It becomes that guiding principles in whatever I'm doing in my life as well. Yeah. So
So when you were not prepared, we were just in that fear zone. Basically, all your mental disempowering chatter, telling you that, hey, why were you not prepared, and then you couldn't deliver well, and that kind of showed to the students. But when you changed it from doing to being, and I really like what you said, and it kind of sum up like my first question: who are you? You say you are choosing to be fun, to be courageous, and to be of service of people.
yeah.
Is there any last one key message for our audience and listeners today?
If you are still searching for your passion, maybe I want to invite you to kind of like take a look at your current challenges. Maybe you can look deeper into it. It probably may look quite scary, but as you dig deeper into it, right, you may probably find that your passion lies within your challenges. When we are able to make peace with our challenges, embrace our scars as it parts of us, and the scars that really makes us stronger as well as a person, I believe that we will find that inner strength, joy, and fulfillment that comes with it. So, yeah.
That's really beautiful. Thanks for listening to Awakening Dreams with Raw. If you like our show, please follow our Facebook or Instagram at Relating Authentic World, or subscribe on the major podcast platforms. Join us again as we talk to more inspiring women about their awakening journey. Stay curious, be alive. Thanks so much, Ratna, for your wonderful, wonderful sharing.
Thank you so much, Elle, for having me. It was such a fun journey sharing with you.